mosquitoes.
Okay, guys, say once upon a time, guys.
And it was once upon a winter, many, many winters ago, long before the white man came. When we knew on Nishnabek, only us people lived on the land with the animals. And there was this young Indian woman. She's very pretty, and she was very much in love with this young Indian man from the next village over, up the river. And she was hoping that he would ask her to marry her. But he was busy all the time, and he didn't come around as often as she had hoped. So she had to wait for him, and then she waited one winter, and the next year he didn't come around at all. And then a message came from one of the people who was traveling on the river and said, "Oh yeah, he got married last spring. He married another woman." And she was so heartbroken that he didn't marry her. He married somebody else. And she was hurt and she was sad. So she just moped around her wigwam all day and all night. And all she could do was think about him and how much she loved him and how much she was looking forward to having a life with him. And she would cry and mope around the home, and she didn't do anything. So finally her father says, "Well, you can't be like this. You have to do work and you have to get over him. Get over it," and Jessica says. And then, so she says, "Well, what should I do?" He says, "Well, go put your tobacco out there and talk to the Creator. Talk to your grandmother and grandfather's spirits." And so she went out in the bush and she went up on the high ground and she offered her tobacco and she says, "Can you help me?" She says, make something happen for me to forget about him so I don't think about him all the time." And so next morning when she woke up, there was thousands and thousands of mosquitoes around her, buzzing around her and biting her, and she was, oh. And she kept looking at the mosquitoes, and she never had time to think about her old sweetheart. And from that time forward, we've had mosquitoes with us bugging us all the time. And that's the end.
Awesome.
The end.